Hey folks, Scared Score here. So people have asked me the importance and how to use like a double peen cross hammer. So here, let me show you how it can be used and give you some understanding as far as how it works and the best applications for it. So here I have a double cross peen hammer. So it's got the peens are on the same angle of the hammerhead. That's important. So what it means is ergonomically speaking, if I'm holding, let me grab some tongs here, the wrong size, there we go, those will work. If I'm holding my steel like this, and I hold the hammerhead like this, you can see that I'm now perpendicular to the steel I'm working. So that's going to create little waves. Or I rotate the hammerhead and now I'm parallel with the steel I'm working, in which case also it's creating little waves. Those waves are important. They really are. If you think of waves like static water, you're creating these waves. And so when you flatten those, so my anvil isn't creating the waves, my hammer is. But as I'm making those waves and I flatten them, my material is going to stretch the direction those waves are rolling. So if I'm hitting the hammer with the length of the billet, it's going to stretch the billet out without making it much wider. So that means you got less chasing, the narrowness, and more you're working the length. Or the flip side, if you go perpendicular to the steel, now you're creating waves across the width, and now when you flatten it, you're creating a wider blade. So that's kind of how the cross peen hammer works. So just like with any tool, it takes a little bit of time, a little bit of experience to work with it. Your double cross peen is not going to move this steel super fast. It doesn't work as fast as a guillotine with rounding dies or a press with rounding dies. However, it does allow someone who has manual tools available to them to stretch out steel without having to chase that expansion. So the best way I tell people when I teach them is when you're looking at, for instance, a rounding hammer. I've got a slight rounding here and a flat side here. Well, when I hit the steel here, because it's round, it's pushing out material in every direction from that center strike point. With a cross peen, you are pushing out material. Again, different hammer, same concept. You're pushing out that material just the lengthwise of your hammer. You're pushing out that material more this direction. So then when you flatten it, it's moving that direction instead of in every direction. I hope that helps a lot. Please, if you have any questions or advice, please throw it into links below. And watch for my future videos. I have some future videos coming up. I'm one of the competitors for Duck Sauce, version 2, season 2, what do you want to call it? As a former Force and Fire champion from season 9, episode 2, it's amazing. It really is, especially because this episode or this season really brings into some of my strength. In my shop, I don't have a press or power hammer. So everything I do is by hand, and everything that is being done on this episode is by hand by a huge amount of talented smiths, and they're going to produce some amazing things. Look forward to it.